again if you are a viewer to my video podcast or the video that I made and show you all my knitted items. And if you are a new viewer, thank you for watching me and get ready for some craziness because I don't have a format or anything. I ramble a lot like I'm doing right now. So get ready for that. So my name is Ashley and this is my video. There you go. That's the intro. And if you're looking for social medias that you can find me, all the links are going to be down below because I usually don't mention any of that. I'm done. So this is a bi-weekly podcast as well. I usually forget to say. But let's go to some finished objects. I have some knitted and some crochet. So for finished objects, I have my socks here. And they are just, I use the Rose City roller pattern, but I did do a regular Kaffa 2x2 ribbing, which is 2 knitted and 2 purled. And you're going to see some, they're already blocked and everything, and you're going to see some tails because I haven't snipped them off. And for the cuff, I used 2 different yarns, and when I went to change the color, I did one stripe and then I changed the color to the other one. So this one is Going to Rio, and this one is Ectoplasm by Yarn Over New York that I won in a, it's their mini skeins. I won these mini skeins. So the other yarn is the yellow yarn. It is, I have them pinched here. The yellow yarn is Marinated Yarns. I said that wrong. Marinated Yarns in a Scrumptious HT half skein. So it's 50 grams in the color Mango Blast. So this is a cashmere nylon base. It doesn't say it in the ball band, but I looked it up online, so it is. And this one is a Lion brand stockies, which I am not a fan. I don't know. It's thinner than a regular sock yarn, so you end up, I don't know. I don't know if you can see it, but you end up more gappy than usual in your knits. Like you can see my toes, you're not supposed to, but yes. I might have had like a few little mistakes here and there, but anyways, they're for me. So, and for the first time ever, I did an afterthought here, an afterthought heel. I have never done one before, but I did this one, and I did like it. It was a lot faster, a lot. Because when you have a 4-year-old asking you for everything, and you are decreasing for the instep of the heel, I forget what number I was, and I didn't write it down, and I'm not using my row counter or anything, so everything just went downhill from there. So I did them for the first time ever. I started them, I don't know if I showed them to you in last video, with, I think they were up to here, last video, and they might have had the waist yarn at the heel. So before I finished the toe, I started the heel because I've never done an afterthought heel. So I wanted to make sure that they were not going to be too small or too big. I did finish them completely, and then the heel was too small, especially because I'm using that Lion brand yarn. So I went ahead and cut the heel and opened it and unraveled it and added yarn again. What I did before I started decreasing for the heel was knit 6 rows, and I think maybe next time for the next one I do, next afterthought heel, I'll knit 7 rows and then start the decreasing for the heel, which is the same as the toe. I used the toe from the Rose City Rollers to do the heel. That was what I used, and that's what I have heard a lot of people say that that's usually what it's used. It's just the toes they put in the heel. I don't know. I have heard that, so I did it. I still am a newbie at knitting socks, so they're not perfect. I make mistakes. I try to listen to every podcaster that makes a lot of socks to get all the tips I can get from them. Yes. So I finished these, and they're super happy colors, and they make me happy. Beautiful colors. The other thing I finished was the stepping texture hat, which it is crocheted, and it's not blue, it's purple. It's a grape purple with pink speckles. That's why it has a pink pop on here. And the yarn is by Lion Brand, which is wool spun, which is a 80% acrylic, 20% wool, and it is a bulky yarn, and I use an 8mm hook to crochet this hat. So it has a slip stitch ribbing, and the pattern is by Bernat, so you can get it free on their website on yarnspirations.com, and there is a video tutorial as well by Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. I love this hat. It ends up so thick and chunky and warm. It's for my daughter. And the good thing of this pattern, it's for adults, but you can increase it for the size you need of your head and decrease it. And Mikey does give you that on his tutorial. So it's awesome. So this pom-pom was a keychain that I just added on. And I added it on with a bow. I didn't sew it completely just in case I need to remove it to wash it because it's really synthetic, and when you dry it, they tend to burn. So I don't want to do that. And this yarn, I bought it at clearance at Michael's. It was a $5.99 and I bought it for $1.49. Awesome buy. And I think I have another skein of this in red, and I want to make a small hat as well for Rose. And I have like a few, you say like 5 inches of yarn left of the ball to make a size for the size for a 4-year-old. So 1 ball of wool spun is enough. Usually for adults, the wool spun you need 1.5. You need 1.5 of the other one, another ball, to make a hat for an adult. I hope I'm not confusing because I always am. So I'm gonna talk about this hat a little bit more of the other one that I showed in the last video to explain something. So I didn't show this because I didn't think it was gonna be important, but if you can see, the hat has these ladders, the ladders going this way, like that. Like, you get it. You know where you can see the shaping here. So for the other hat, I used the one in the last video. I used this cream color that has some gold in it, and then I use this peach color here. So I did the brim of the hat in the cream, and then I did 1 row in cream, and then I was interchanging each row. I did 1 row in the variegated, 1 row in the cream, and it did by itself. It did that color changing where the texture, the stepping texture, was changing to the pretty peach color that this has. and I didn't do anything special. I was just crocheting one row with this color, one row with this, and the texture, the color changing just happened by itself because the creams are the same color right here where it has the color change in cream. They're the same color. You can't actually see it. You can notice it if you look it up close, like live, like it's right there in your face. Maybe in screen you can't see it because one has glitter, the gold glitter, and the other one doesn't. But it does the color change by itself because it makes that, because it has that cream color, it makes it invisible. So you think you're doing something magical, but really I didn't do anything. But I think it could work with any, if you find a chunky yarn that has green in it and you use a base, like a solid green color that matches the same one in the variegated, I think you can get away with that and see what happens while you're crocheting that pattern. That's what happened to me, and now it's explained just in case you were wondering, because sometimes I do not explain myself very well. Yes. Then for works in progress, I'm doing some things that I'm not supposed to. For works in progress, I have this. As you have seen it in the thumbnail before, it is a star blanket by Bernat as well. It's a baby blanket, but I'm gonna do it really big, as as big as the yarn will get me. That's how big it's gonna be. And sorry, my hair is always doing this crazy things, which I don't really mind, but yes. I am using Caron 1 pound, which is the teal color, and this one right here, which is the grass green color, and then the gray color is Pewter by Red Heart with Love. I did have to buy another ball because I was running short, because it's not a 1 pound, plus I had already used it in my mom's hat that I did last year for her. And yes, I do love the colors and how it's looking. If you can see, it's kind of bunching up in the center. I don't know if when I wash it, I can actually, like, when it's drying, I can stretch it out on the floor and make that stop. I don't know if it's possible or not, but I'm going to try. And if you have any help or suggestion, just leave me a comment down below to help me out with this. Like, I really, really do appreciate it. And when I ask for help, I really hope you leave me a comment, which usually doesn't happen. And I feel a little discouraged. But I know you are watching. At least 30 people usually watch my videos. And I would love for you guys to leave me comments and saying things that would be helpful for me, because I am a very new knitter and crocheter. I make mistakes and everything. I'm human, but somebody else might have more experience than what I have. So I do like this. I was just gonna do it with the green and blue color, and then I decided I should add something after I finish the center. I am crocheting this with a 5mm hook. And the pattern suggests a 6mm hook. That's maybe why it's curling up in the center, but I really don't care. I'm just gonna use this for my guest bedroom. So pretty. And I'm not gonna buy any more yarn. As big as it gets, that's how it's gonna get. I haven't worked on it in a few weeks, but I did started this since in a few days. I mean, I did started this blanket after I finished my last podcast. It just, the day after, I just was craving something. This blanket was calling to me. I started it, and this is how big it has. gotten. It's as big as my wingspan, the 2 points of the stars. So really amazing. I love it. And in the back, because you have to show the ugly side as well, I'm thinking maybe I should buy some fleece and sew it. And I'm not going to do any borders because it's going to ruin the star shape. So I'm not cutting any. At first I was. You can see some tails. And then I decided I'm not going to cut anymore. And started twisting it here and doing the color changes there. The worst camera recording person with a camera ever. You can see the ladders there. I curled them up and that's how it went. For works in progress, I have my bag from Erin Give Me Yarn 418. It's a beautiful Sally bag, which I love. And I have 2 socks with a mess of yarn because I am a messy knitter. I had more done of more cuff of the socks, but I messed up the pattern, so I had to rip it all out. I have 70 stitches on each sock, and it is not even a 2x2 ribbing. It is a 3x2 and a slip stitch in the next or something like that. I think so. I am using Knit Pick Stroll in the color, if it has a color, I have everything saved here. In the color navy, which is blue. And I have my cute little dinosaur charm. It is a 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon. And it is a soft weight yarn, a 1. And it is, I'm knitting them in my Hiya Sharps 2.5 needles in a 40-inch cable, 2 at a time. That's how I roll. That's how I like to make my socks. For me, there's no other way. I dread doing the other one. I dread doing the other mitten. So everything that's a pair, it's going on my long cable needles, and I'm gonna knit them like that. Easiest way ever. And the pattern is by Biscuit Yarns, and it is the, I can't show you the pattern. It is the Comfort Sock pattern. I believe they have it on sale on Ravelry. I got it for free when I bought their yarn at the Yarn Fest that I went. Wait. Okay. There. That's how the pattern is going to be. I'm sorry if there's distracting stuff, but I have to cover the pattern. That's how it's going to be when I finish it. It looks really pretty. And for that navy color is for the cuff only. Not going to be navy socks because what's the fun in that? Just blue socks. So I have in Fresh from the Cauldron colorway, this colorway right here. It's called Rough Stain, which is blues and grays and white. It is 100 grams of fingering weight or 460 yards. It is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and it cost me $25 for the ball. And yes, I am not, it's a self-striping, and I am not going to match them. That's how it's gonna go. So If you remember from last video that I told you to run away, it's your time. If you don't want to see the next video, just don't watch my next video or skip the part where I show these socks because you might not like it. I'm not gonna even try to match them, so sorry. But yes, I don't have them right now in the bag, those balls, because I have two already and I don't want them for the floor and it gets all tangly and I don't want to mess in there. For my other project, it's gonna be my bangs again are crazy today. It's this hair right here. It's like, no, I don't want to cooperate right now. Okay, go. My other yarn, I have another sock. Ooh. I'm just gonna show you this sock really close if I can, so you guys can see the texture and the color. There you go. It's a 1x1 ribbing, and for the first time ever, guys, I'm knitting texture socks. And this one is the Hermione Everyday sock pattern. And this yarn is from Alex Creates, which is my new friend. My camera's doing weird things, and if it's gonna glitch, it's glitching all the time. So the yarn is by Alex Creates, my new friend. The color is Strawberry Lemonade. You can see here. And it is his Ombre Sock Duo yarn, which has I believe 250-gram balls of yarn or skeins of yarn. It's gonna have 2 of them. I started this sock cuff down because that's how I usually knit my socks. So the darker it's gonna be more in the cuff area. And then the lighter colors, these beautiful light colors, are going to be in the toe area and in the leg area as well, and feet. I'm super excited, and these are going to be so pretty. Again, I am knitting them magic loop in my Haya 2mm, or ones or zeros. Are these ones or zeros? I am not sure. But they are 2mm needles. And yes, he has this yarn for pre-order. If you are interested, he has a bunch of beautiful colors, and they are ombre, so you can say they do fade by themselves. So you're gonna have fading socks, and I know that's the big trend right now. So if you are in the fading trend, you should go and get some of this because it's beautiful. It has some neon yellows and pinks and purples. It's so pretty, guys. And you can see some of the colors in the cuff that you just saw. Super cute. Okay, now to talk about these needles. I bought these needles because I wanted to make tighter socks, you know, just wanted to experiment a little bit with the needles. So these ones are the regular Haya. They're not sharps like the other ones, the 2.5 ones I have, which are the only sock needles I have. These ones are other ones, but they're not the size because I am such a tight knitter. They're not right for me anyways. But this is just testing the yarn out. He sent me this to test the yarn out to see how it faded, for purposes, you know, just to know how it goes. And these needles were just regular Hayas. They had no points, no nothing. They were really round, and I did not hate it, but disliked knitting with them because it was really hard to get the needle through the loops, and you would miss a few, and for me it was annoying. So I decided to take matters into my own hands, and I said, I really am not feeling the mood to go to Fort Collins, which is like 50, no, 40 minutes away from my house. Drive over there for nothing. So, anyways, I checked online because their online stock is the same as in the store. I checked and they did not have the high sharps in 2.5s, so I was not gonna buy. So I was gonna just waste gas and go over there for nothing. So I needed some yarn because I'm planning to make the Wonder Woman shawl that's running all over, and she's designing a crocheted one, which I want as well. Yes, I'm gonna. So I bought everything. I bought my yarn online at Knit Picks. It was gonna be cheaper. I didn't have to drive or waste gas. Blah 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 blah. So for these, I had a nail file, and I read. I was like, they're 100% stainless steel, right? So they should have no problem for me to file them down and put the tips really how I want them, as sharp as I want them. They're pretty sharp, guys. Not sharp that I think maybe like you can compare them to my sharp ones, and they are pretty close. They're pretty close. Let me give you a close up. The sharps are here. These ones are the sharps, and then the regular ones are the ones, you can see the shape is much better, obviously, because the machine made it. But the points are much better. They're less round, and that's what I wanted. Sorry. They're less round and pointy enough that I can get the yarn through with no problem. So I just filed them down with a regular nail file. Didn't buy any sandpaper or anything. I went and bought another nail file, which is the one that they use for the manicures, which has the really shiny, it's a super shiny surface, which is kind of gray at Sally's. And because the first one was so fine, I just filed so it wouldn't actually have any marks or anything. It has no marks. It's as smooth as you would buy it. I filed them with that super shiny one, and it took all the texture that the other file had done, and I really am pleased with what I did. So if you have some regular high-highs that you're thinking I'm gonna throw away because I don't like them and they're not sharp enough, blah blah blah, but you need the size, you can go ahead and file them to the point you need. Just make sure to always be turning them so they stay round. Like file them here and keep turning and filing so they stay round. That's my tip. And get that super shiny one and make sure it's not a really thick file. It's the thinnest one you have. And if you buy that the super shiny one, it has 2 steps before you shine it, so you can use those 2 steps, the first one to really make that point as sharp as you want, the second one to take away more if it has any like residue of that stainless steel in the tip, and then shine it off, shine everything with the really is there in the nail section, and you can find that it has 3 steps, and on the back is completely gray, and it might not say super shiny, but there is another one that has 4 steps, and it has the same principles as that one that you can use for that. Yes, another crafty tip to use what you have in your house. As you know, jumping to another thing, as you know, I am planning to open an Etsy store, and I have one of the objects finished for my store. I'm gonna get it here. So This is my first bag right here. This is all butterflies. It has a handle, a suede zipper pull, sparkly inside with a pocket that you can put your notions in. You know it's going to be always there. And this one is the biggest bag I'm going to do. It's going to be the Papa Bear bag, which is, I believe it's 15 length by 14 wide. And it sits very nicely. Right here is not going to sit because I have my computer and everything, but there you go. It sits. It's not really a thick interfacing because I don't like quilted interfacings for myself to make them that way. And I don't like really thick interfacings because they wrinkle a lot. I have the Doctor Who one, which I did, and the interfacing I put on that one was too thick. So this one is a medium interfacing. It's flimsy enough that you can go ahead and fold it and put it inside something, and you can take it out and sit it up straight. Just pull the corners and she will sit for you nicely. The other ones I have them sewn, but I haven't done the corners. They're going to be the same fabric pattern as this one. The baby bear pattern, I am not sure. The ones I haven't finished, the corners are going to be the mama bears. And the baby bear patterns are going to be just maybe kind of this size, but not really that style. I grabbed the pattern up at the little video that I showed you, and I think that one is going to be the baby bear. And it's going to be really cute because it's going to have scraps of yarn and color. And I hope you like them. I hope you like all my bags, and when I open my shop, I will let you know. This week, I have a few days off, so I'm going to be cutting fabric and sewing like a mad woman to try and see if I can open my shop. Plus, I want to make some polymer clay charms and come up with my own designs, not just look at pictures of other things that other creative people have made. I want to make my own things that represents us as a knitting and crocheting community, and that are fun. Make them fun. Plus, I haven't seen anybody else. I looked on Etsy, and I haven't seen anybody else using those earrings hooks. They usually use the clasp, the lobster clasp. And for me, the lobster clasp is so small and so intricate for you to put in, and that one is so fast. So just it's big and fast, and the progress keeper just the stitch marker just hangs very low and comfortably. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be slowly but surely making things, and I hope by September at least or August have my shop up. Cross your fingers and see if I have my shop up. I'm gonna have some Halloween bags in there. I'm gonna have seasonal bags, everything guys. So if you need some Christmas gifts, you can go to my shop and check things out. As well, this bag doesn't have something that I ordered for them. My shop is gonna be called Ash Love Makes. I decided that. So all my bags are going to have a little tag on them, acrylic tag that is going to say Ash Love Makes. Really cute. We bought it, so I'm waiting for it. It's from Canada. I'm waiting for them to, when I finish all of them, start sewing them by hand. So there's going to be a little stitching of every kind with love, because everything I do with love, and because I like to make those type of things, not because just I have to make this because I have to make some extra money. No, if I'm gonna do it, it's because I like it. I like to make and create things, and I like to show you guys things, and I would love for you guys to support me when I open my shop. It's not that you go and buy everything, but if you like something and you want to buy it, that'll be awesome. And that's it. This video is gonna be super short, but I have not a lot to show you. I've been busy making bags and making socks, and just socks take all the time, and crocheting that blanket. Um, Maybe I'm gonna start some mittens soon, but first I have to finish my socks because one is a birthday gift and the other one is a test. So I have to really work on those. The blanket is just TV watching thing, you know what I mean. I'm sick, guys. You should check my temperature. I'm almost at the point of death because I do not like to crochet or knit blankets. So I think I'm sick. I think last week I had the cold. I mean, 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I started a blanket. Something is wrong with me. Just call 911 for me and tell them I have gone overboard and I need help. I hope you guys had an amazing week, and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I hope you like my video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. That will help me spread around the internet. Not like wildfire, but maybe. Who knows? And thank you for just going along with my craziness. I am just a normal person like you, and I like to knit and buy a lot of yarn, as you can see here. So, as always, thank you for watching, and remember to always do what you love. Bye, guys.